The fact that Suella Braverman is rapidly emerging as a gesture politician, a politician with all puff and no product, shouldn't give us any satisfaction and shouldn't make us any the less concerned about her rhetoric and her winning ways with Rwanda. All those R's. Because gosh, so yesterday she said in an interview on ITV News that she was very confident that the government's plan to stop illegal immigration, brackets, sick, close brackets, would lead to a sharp drop in the many people crossing the channel. The only thing that would lead to a sharp drop in the many people crossing the channel, I'm afraid, is not the Home Office taking over that control rather than the Royal Navy, but putting an immigration office in French territory on the other side of the channel so that people can have a safe route to get across the channel, should they be considered acceptable applicants. So when we have so few safe routes, there is no point in trying to close off the channel because people will still try to get here. That is the reality. We don't actually, we do have a responsibility to the 1951 Refugee Convention that we partly developed, that we have signed and that we have not withdrawn from. If we want to redefine it and say that there is such a thing as an illegal or a non-illegal migrant, if somebody who is claiming asylum can be considered illegal because of the way that they got here, then we actually have to have an international conference and redefine the terms of the 1951 Refugee Convention. It is terribly simple. Instead, I suspect Suella Braverman and the present government are in a holding exercise to stir up as much rhetoric to give the impression they are doing something and pandering to the right wing of the Conservative Party rather than doing nothing, given the fact that they've probably barely got 18 months left in office. The chances of any legislation getting through the House of Lords and the House of Commons is slight. So this is a lot of hot air. But it doesn't mean that people will not be threatened with deportation in a willy-nilly way, and it doesn't mean that we can take our eye off the ball. This is pernicious rhetoric, and Braverman is expected to unveil further legislation aimed at preventing the crossings later this month, but whether it does anything, as I say, is probably academic. She will want to bar anybody who comes here by what she deems an illegal route from claiming asylum, and it will enable the Home Office to detain and remove those people who make illegal journeys from before deporting them back to their home country or to a safe country such as Rwanda. Now, one way of doing this without putting extra legislation in force is to have personal relations with representatives from the source country, like, for example, Albania. But I suspect that will not be possible for the many people who have tried to get into our country from Northern Africa. And the much better route would be to cite application centres, proper visa application centres that are open at reasonable times so that people can access them, because I know from my own experience application centres in places like Armenia, Azerbaijan and so on are rarely staffed effectively and provide very little information. We need people to be given proper information, and so that they can make informed and clear decisions about whether or not they can travel here. It's the only way forward.